Hello and welcome to a very, very exciting video. This is the announcement of Shardathon round 3, and it's particularly exciting because I actually have some co-hosts for this round of Shardathon. So first things first, this round will be taking place in the month of April. So all the way from the 1st through to the 31st of April, and it will be Warbreaker themed this time. So it is Nalthis, and you'll see the lovely graphic here for it. As I mentioned, I am going to be having some lovely co-hosts with me this time, which is just so exciting. I'm so happy that these lovely, amazing humans have agreed to co-host this with me. I'm hoping it's going to make it super fun for all of you as well. We're going to be doing live reading sprints, we'll be doing giveaways, loads and loads of fun stuff. One of them has very kindly agreed to run the Twitter for me, which is great because I just can't use Twitter. It causes me massive anxiety, so I've never used it, even though there is a Shardathon Twitter. But anyway, so we have teams for this particular round of Shardathon, and there's no kind of competitive element to this. I just kind of thought it would be fun to be able to choose books from a list for your favourite character from Warbreaker, and if you haven't read Warbreaker, to just pick a list of prompts that you kind of like the sound of. So I will be Team Siri, Jessie from the channel The Bookish Mum will be Team Vivenna, Joanna from the channel Joanna Salsa will be Team Vasha, and Angela from the channel Literature Science Alliance will be Team Lightsong. And there are prompts for each of the teams, which I'll take you through in just a moment. But just to remind you, you can read whatever you like for this readathon. If it's a book on Goodreads or the Storygraph, it counts. So we're talking short stories, we're talking comics, manga, graphic novels, standard novels, poetry, non-fiction, whatever you would like to read counts. And you can double up, and DNFs do count. Now there will be a Google form, which I will link down below for you, for page logging, and if you DNF a book you can just kind of put in however many pages of that book you read before you DNF'd it. Even if it's only 10, that's completely fine. We encourage DNFing. If you're not enjoying a book, don't push through it. You still pass that kind of tick box, I guess, for finishing that prompt, or prompts if you're counting it for multiple. So this is really just about having fun, and we do have a group book for this one, but we have picked something really, really short. So as usual with Shardathon, it is a Sanderson book, but this one actually isn't a Cosmere book, we don't think. It's called Perfect State. I don't know how long it is, but I know that the audiobook is 2 hours. I will probably do a giveaway of the ebook version at some point, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, so that's the book that we're reading together, but you don't have to read that one, of course. You read whatever you want. So let us get into the prompts. Let's start off with Siri, which is my team. So the first prompt for Siri is youngest sibling. Read a book that's new to you or new to your TBR. The second prompt is spontaneous, a mood read. Prompt number 3, royal locks. Read a book with multiple colours on the cover. Prompt number 4, Susabron. Read a book that was picked for you by someone else. And finally, prompt number 5 is Vivenna. Read a book from Vivenna's list. So once again, we are doing the loop around so you can pick a prompt from another person's list. Now, you don't have to stick to just one of these, but each of these kind of lists has 5 prompts on them, so you can just do kind of one character's prompt, or you can pick from multiple characters. Moving on to Team Vivenna, represented by Jessie from The Bookish Mum, we have the first prompt, which is eldest sibling, read a classic. Prompt number 2 is reserved, a book you've been meaning to read for ages. Prompt number 3, Royal Locks. This time, read a book with one colour on the cover. Prompt number 4 is Expectation. Read a highly anticipated book, and this doesn't have to be a new release, it can just be one that's been highly anticipated on your TBR for a while. And finally, Vasha. Read a book prompt from Vasha's list. So let's move on to Team Vasha, represented by Joanna. The first prompt is Awakening. Read an action-packed book. The second prompt is Nightblood. Read a book with a favourite trope. Prompt number 3 is Swordsmanship. Read a fast-paced book or a short book. Number 4, Mysterious. Read a thriller or mystery book. And then finally is Lightsong. Pick a book prompt from Lightsong's list. So then finally we turn to Team Lightsong, represented by Angela from the channel Literature Science Alliance, and prompt number 1 is Returned. Give a book a second chance or reread a favourite. Prompt number 2 is God of Bravery. Read a book featuring gods or a book with red or yellow on the cover. Prompt number 3, never asked for this. Read a book with a reluctant hero or protagonist. Prompt number 4 is Secret Cinnamon Roll. Read a book with the found family or mentor trope. And then finally, prompt number 5 is Siri. Read a prompt from Siri's list. So those are all the prompts, and I will leave a link to the Google Drive down in the description bar where you can go and download all of the graphics that list all of the prompts. But the main aim, as always, of this readathon is just to have fun, but if you want to challenge yourself, then the challenge is to read 10 prompts. Each prompt counts towards a level of heightening from Warbreaker. So if you read 10 books, then you reach the 10th heightening. Now I'm not going to talk about what that means because I don't want to spoil anybody who hasn't read the book, but if you have read the book, you know what I mean, and if you haven't read the book, you just have to gather points, and the top score is 10. But really this is just about having fun, and again, DNFs count, so you can DNF 10 prompts if you want to, and you still win. But I hope that you will join us for this readathon. I am very, very excited. A huge, massive, enormous thank you to Joanna, Jessie and Angela for joining me. I'm so incredibly happy to have you joining me. I'm super excited to run this round with you and have your help, so thank you, I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's everything about Shardathon round 3, so I hope that you will join us. And that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks, bye.